Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2016 mid-month reading. I was going to be using a new deck of cards for the mid-month readings, but I have made the decision because of the energies I keep getting off of them to use them only for my business and finance readings, which personal ones, but I may be starting those next month, some general business and career finance readings. So for the time being, I'm going to stick with my beloved Gilded Tarot deck. And even though we're going to be focusing more on the last half of the month and the month entire, I'm still going to be using the same 8-card spread with an additional 9th card as your crowning card. Thank you to those of you who are continuing to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. I see this morning that we are up to 5,600. So what a wonderful family out there. Thank you so very much for your support, your feedback, and your comments, all of which I read. So please keep them coming. And thank you especially to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings. It is a pleasure and an honor always to read for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to have the opportunity to be even a momentary part of your life. And for those of you who are interested in a one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that'll give you a little more information and detail on what I offer and my contact information, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full time, and my turnaround time is around 1 to 4 days. So I'm always here to work with you very diligently on with you and your schedule to get your reading as quickly as possible. So let's get right into this. This is for Gemini for May 2016 mid-month. Gemini, May 2016 mid-month. May 2016 mid-month. What does the remainder of the month of May hold? So my lovely twins, the air sign of Gemini. Okay. We begin with the Magician, followed by the Two of Cups, the Empress, followed by the Death card, the Six of Swords, followed by the Five of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the High Priestess, and from the bottom of the deck, overall crowning energy and theme, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, this is an extraordinary spread, Gemini. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards out of a total of 9. Looks like this is going to be a bit of a life change, life shift for those of you for whom this resonates. And as always, I remind you that this is a general reading, so it may not apply or resonate the same for everyone who watches or at all. But I suggest that you also check your rising and your moon sign as well, because they may resonate some months and some readings. Your rising and your moon sign may resonate a little more predictably for you than your sun sign. So let me just take a look, Gemini. It looks like the fingers of the divine are kind of all over you for the remainder of May 2016. Time being fluid, of course. This could be energies coming in before the time at which I record this and lingering for a little while after as well. So let's begin. We have the Magician card, Major Arcana card. The Magician card is here to tell you, Gemini, that you have everything that you need as you find yourself in the middle of May 2016 to make of your path whatever you want, that you have all the tools, the wisdom, the skills, and the knowledge to outwardly manifest whatever it is that is the main focus of your life right now. And for some of you, I mean, this is accompanied by the Two of Cups, which is traditionally and universally known as the soulmate card. So for probably the larger number of you, this is going to resonate as a relationship reading, a love reading. Although this could also represent, you know, relationships of a different type as well. Family, best friend, even close business colleague, although I'm not getting much in the way of business, career, finance energy. The Magician is a very clever individual, sometimes a bit of a trickster as he is the magician, and he's very good at what he does. But you can see he's juggling the element, the symbol from each suit. He has walked a rather long road of experience, and he's learned quite a bit through trial and error, success, triumph, failure, and defeat as well. He has not allowed himself to be stuck in any one particular experience or period in his life. He's at the place now where he is using the culmination of everything that he's learned on his path of life, both the negative and the positive, to propel him forward, give him the wisdom and experience he needs to outwardly manifest whatever it is that he wants. So Gemini, the magician is here to tell you that whatever is the primary focus going on for you right now, you have everything within you to manifest whatever you want it to be, or have it play out the way that you want it to by outwardly manifesting your intent and your desire by drawing on the wealth of life experience. I'm having difficulty talking today. The wealth of life experience that you've had so far. The magician has learned the three basic ground rules of manifestation. Number one, your will. Set what you want. Know what you want. Have that clearly defined picture in your head and your heart of exactly what it is that you want to achieve. Number two, manifest that through your decisions and actions. Make sure that all the decisions and choices you make, any action you take, propel you towards that goal that you have so clearly set in your mind and your heart. And three, have faith in that path. Do not settle for anything less. Do not compromise for anything less than what you want. And that, of course, is what you're going to end up doing. This is about using the wealth of your, it's more of an outward card. It's about using the wealth of your experiences, all your knowledge and wisdom that you've gained so far to manifest in an outward way and make your path and whatever this is focused on for you, because it's going to resonate differently as it always does, that you can make it what you want. So as we are in the middle of May 2016, Gemini, if you're having any self-doubts or fears or insecurities about a specific situation in your life, particularly if it's about a relationship, a significant relationship, you can lay those to rest, because the Magician is a major arcana card, significant, profound message to tell you that you have everything you need to make of this what you want, because the Magician does. He can build whatever he wants to build, fix whatever he wants to fix, manifest whatever he wants to manifest. This is an outward action sort of thing. It's not so much internal and spiritual. It's about taking the sum of your life's experiences and using that, because you have the knowledge and experience, to actually make of something what you want it to be. So the Magician is accompanied by the Two of Cups. Cups is ruled by the element of water, and Cups is a suit all about our emotions and feelings. It's a suit that often represents love and relationships as well, all different kinds of relationships. And the Two of Cups is universally referred to as the soulmate card. We're speaking of a union between two people. And again, this doesn't necessarily need to be love, romance, sexual relationship in nature, like husband and wife, partners. This can also represent a very close family relationship, relatives, a very good best friend. Again, you could apply the same energy to like a close business relationship, although it's just not really coming through for me on this reading for you, Gemini. At its fundamental level, this is about a union between two entities, a union between two people that go far beyond just the surface. It would be, if this was a love and romance, as it applies to you or not, this is more than just a physical chemical attraction. This is a meeting of the mind, the heart, the spirit, the soul as well. It's about a match, a union between two people or two entities that fits on a variety of levels, kind of the puzzle pieces all fitting together. And paired with the Magician card, it's a very powerful message, Gemini, particularly those of you for whom this is going to resonate as a relationship reading, that you have everything that you need to make of this relationship what you want. And I feel, in actually looking over this, it looks like this is a very transformative time for a relationship that you are in. Perhaps you're considering making some major changes. For some of you, that's going to be maybe moving to the next level, whatever that means for you, moving in together, marriage, proposal, meeting the family. For some of you, I'm getting a strong feeling about relocating energy. Some of you are going to be perhaps making the decision about moving with your spouse or partner, or considering moving, maybe buying a house together, or moving to another part of the state, maybe moving out of the country even for some of you, with your partner. And that is what you are considering. It looks like a very transformative month, and that, as I'm looking at the Empress, it's time for that transformation to happen. So you have everything that you need to make of this relationship what you want, to move forward with this person. For those of you that are single, this could represent that you are perhaps looking for your soulmate, and the Magician is here to tell you that you have everything within you that you need to go out and make that happen, however that might resonate for you. So next to the Magician and the Two of Cups, we have the Empress, followed by the Death card. It's an incredibly powerful reading, Gemini. I'm just really struck by the number of major arcana cards. We have the Empress, major arcana, strong symbol of fertility, nurturing, rebirth, pregnancy, new beginnings. Again, if any of you are considering uh, beginning a new path, starting a new project, perhaps thinking about getting pregnant, trying to get pregnant, considering a new job, a new career path, moving to a new location, relocating. The Empress is here to say that the time is right for seeds to be planted and for new paths um, to be embarked upon, new projects to be started. If there's one word that I could attach to the Empress card, it's fertility. The time is now. The ground is ripe for planting. It's time to begin new things. The Empress is all about nurturing. She's the ultimate Earth Mother of the tarot deck. She's all about planting things, nurturing them, watching them grow to the beautiful fruition from the seeds, from the potential. And the Empress is here to tell you, Gemini, mid-May 2016, that the time is right for you to begin something, to make a decision about something, to begin to walk down a path of something, to start something new. Again, there's a strong element of rebirth and pregnancy with this card too. So this could also represent that the remainder of May and going into June would be a good time to start a family or try to get pregnant for those of you for whom that applies. And for those of you who are not looking at walking down that path, well, four wands is four arms. In any case, it's time. And what is it time for? Well, that Empress card is paired with the Death card, transformation. It is time for a transformation to occur. The time is actually perfect. It feels like for a lot of you, Gemini, that you're contemplating something major. And again, I'm getting a strong moving energy. And again, for some of you, this is going to represent as a physical move, moving into a home, moving into a different part of the state, moving out of the country. I'm feeling for some of you across the water, but something very transformative. For others of you, this could be more of an emotional kind of move. Again, it looks like it's focused for the large part of you on a relationship, so that could be taking it to the next level in a deeper, more committed way, whatever that means for the two of you. But however you look at it, death is about transformation. It's about, and this moving forward would represent a letting go, a cutting off of something. The death card is transformative, and it represents a cycle ending completely, so that something else can be reborn in its place. The death of something. This could be the death of a set of ideas, perhaps, on how you're looking at relationships, or another person in particular. This could represent the ending of a particular way of life, again, in relationships. If you're moving to the next level, you're saying goodbye to a certain, perhaps single portion of your life. For those of you for whom this is going to resonate as an actual physical move, this is going to be, again, kind of packing up and saying goodbye to a location, to people, to a way of life, a way of looking at things, however it resonates for you. It is a time of transformation, and it looks like it is the perfect time to do it. The time is now. The time is right. It's time to plant those seeds and have this beginning. Because I feel like for the majority of you, this is whatever it is that you're considering, whatever it is this is focused on for you, Gemini, it's not coming through clearly with the exception of that Two of Cups card in terms of love and relationships, but it's going to resonate differently as it always does, because there's so many of you lovely Geminis watching. The time is right for you to move ahead with this. It's time to make the decision, and it looks like the time is right for new beginnings. And it looks like this ending of a cycle and the rebirth of something else, whatever it is that you're going to be walking away from or ending to move forward, also represents the moving away from a time period in your life that felt perhaps kind of empty or negative, letting go perhaps of past painful experiences. Right next to that rather powerful combination, we have the Six of Swords, followed by the Five of Cups. The Six of Swords. Swords is governed by the element of air, and swords is a suit all about our thoughts, our words and ideas, our mindset, our perspectives, our belief systems, a way of looking at things. It's all about what goes on up here. And sixes can also represent travel too, and I am getting a very strong travel vibe for some of you. It could represent travel over water, travel overseas for some of you, and I think maybe just a handful of you. Some of you are considering or making plans to move actually out of the country, is what I'm feeling. For others of you, it's just going to be maybe to a home, another part of the state, another state, perhaps another part of the country that you're in. But the Six of Swords represents a sailing away from something. What are we sailing away from? It represents a sailing away from moving from a time that has been perhaps troubled, challenging, chaotic, turbulent, stressful, painful even, into a time period and towards a time that's a time in your life that's more smooth, a place that's more serene, more peaceful for you. And I feel like if you've been in the middle of this decision-making process, which feels rather profound, that the actual act of making the decision and moving on that is going to kind of kickstart this moving into a different part of your life, a different phase of your life. And it's going to be a smoother one, a more peaceful one. For some of you, what you're sailing away from maybe wasn't all that traumatic, but that it was very challenging or chaotic. Maybe a busy time of your life could, represent even retirement, which is a pretty big decision too. Um, for others of you, it's moving ahead with a relationship or moving into a relationship. There's a healing element to it. There's a very strong theme of peace and restoration and healing about the Six of Swords. However it resonates for you, what you're moving away from, especially with that death card, it's time for that transformation to occur, that cutting off, that death of something old and moving into something new. It's been very challenging for you. Some of you, this is going to have been maybe a traumatic or painful time period in your life. And this decision to move ahead, again, physically, emotionally, mentally, with a relationship, for some of you, there's a healing element. You're moving into peace. You're moving into healing, into a deeper, a more serene time in your life. This relationship, for those of you for whom this is your soulmate relationship, it's a very healing, very peaceful time. You get kind of this quiet, not quite somber sense off the Six of Swords, but just quiet. And this is a transitional card as well, Gemini. This is kind of the in-between card. It's taking this time period in your life that just was full of stuff, whether it was painful or just challenging and busy or chaotic, troubled somehow. This is the card that represents that time of moving from it towards something better, more peaceful, more serene, more healing, just better and brighter. This is the in-between card. This is the month where you begin that process and the movement is occurring. And for some of you, this is going to represent, in addition, an actual physical move. For some of you, it could be moving over waters. Again, I'm getting maybe just a handful of you are actually considering or are making plans to move out of the country, perhaps with your soulmate, or someone that you view as a soulmate. Again, for others of you, this move is going to be more emotional and just to a deeper level, but it looks like this is the time to do it. And you're sailing away from something that no longer serves you, and in fact looks like it's been challenging and even painful for some of you. That Six of Swords, that we're sailing away from what? From this Five of Cups energy. Again, that lovely watery seat of emotions and feelings. The Five of Cups represents, I sometimes nickname a lot of my cards, and I sometimes look at this card, I always feel like it's almost the crying over spilt milk card, not to trivialize pains and trauma that we can go through. But this is a card of focusing all too much, perhaps, mental and emotional energy on what no longer is, basically about being stuck in the past. You can see that on the ground beside this man, there's 3 goblets tipped over and spilled out. And that's what he's focused on. He's sunk down into the grass, and he's grieving, he's lamenting, he's really mourning whatever used to be in these cups. It's a card that represents all your mental and emotional energy, everything focused, or too much energy focused on what you've lost, what you feel has changed in a negative way, perhaps what you feel has been taken away from you, something that no longer is. But this isn't the 3 of Cups, this is the 5 of Cups, because right behind this man, there are still 2 goblets, beautiful goblets, upright and full, but he can't see them. He's not paying attention to them because he can't see them. His back is turned to them. He's focused only on what he no longer has. not what still remains or what's being offered. So the cautionary advice to this card would be to, that there's a time to honor the pain of our experiences, both negative and positive, to honor the pain of what was, what no longer is. But there comes a time that you need to move on from it. And this is a card of perhaps being in a place where you're just still kind of stuck and focused on something from the past. But the good thing, Gemini, is that it is paired with the Six of Swords and falls underneath it. This represents energy that you are moving away from, or that this change, this transformation that you're considering, or perhaps have already made a decision on it and are beginning to move on it the rest of this month, starting the last half of May 2016, represents a moving away from that time period. And it looks like with someone else for a lot of you. For others, it might not necessarily be. Perhaps you're just moving away from a relationship that broke, that was very traumatic for you. However it resonates, it looks like you're moving towards a time of peace and serenity and healing and restoration. It feels like a very good thing. Now we wrap up at or towards the end of May 2016 with another phenomenal combination of major arcana cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, paired with the High Priestess. So the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel of life, always turning. Sometimes it appears to be on the upswing in our life, and sometimes it appears to be on the downswing. And I say appears to because there's always there's always a way to look at something positively. There's always a way to look at something negatively. It's really a matter of perspective and hindsight sometimes. But in the upright position, Gemini, it represents that whatever this really profound transformation that you're going through or going to be going through is in your it's a stroke of good luck. It's a stroke of good fortune. It's the wheel being on the upswing for you, because it looks like for most of you, it looks like this represents a coming out of something which, at the very least has been very challenging and chaotic for you, and at the worst maybe was just very traumatic and painful. And this card, it's a major arcana card too, significant, profound message to also trust in whatever your source of spiritual grounding is, God, spirit, the universe, your angels, guides, or all of the above, that what you're going through, even though perhaps there's some aspects of it that may not appear to be clear in terms of the path ahead, to trust that you're moving towards health, you're moving towards happiness, peace, and joy and contentment. If you have fears or insecurities, particularly if this is about, a love romance relationship, you're a little nervous about moving deeper or moving further or moving away or making that move, whether it's emotional or physical or a combination of both. The universe has you. This is going to be a beautiful experience. This is something that's going to be very positive for you, and that you need to trust in that. And the universe is asking you to trust in that energy, to trust in your own intuition in where you're headed, because that Wheel of Fortune is paired with the High Priestess. Beautiful card. The energy of the High Priestess, this is all about trusting your own instinct, not just trusting in the divine. That Wheel of Fortune has a strong implication that there is a lot. I mean, you have all these major arcana cards, Gemini. This Wheel of Fortune is also just trusting that this is a matter of divine timing, divine planning, divine orchestration. Go with the flow. We've got a lot of, we've got that watery Two of Cups, that Six of Swords kind of moving forward. It's just about going with the flow, trusting in the universe, trusting in the divine plan, and also your own gut instinct and your own intuition, which for those of you who have made this decision, it's for a reason. You have a feeling about this, and the High Priestess is here to tell you and remind you to trust in that, to go within. The High Priestess is an incredibly spiritual individual. Her energies are, she doesn't doubt her path. She knows, because she's constantly in tune with that part of herself, knowing who she is, where she is. She doesn't compromise what she knows to be true and authentic for her. Very intuitive, very spiritual. Again, it's a beautiful combination of cards. Trust in your own instinct and your own intuition, but trust in that sense of divine timing and divine orchestration, because it's all over you the rest of this month and going into June, Gemini. It's a beautiful combination of cards. And again, the path ahead may not be clear. It often is not for most of us. But you're being asked very strongly to go with the flow and trust in that. Trust that the path will unfold before you as it's meant to. And part of, again, what you're moving towards. You're moving away from this very challenging time period in your life, and you're moving towards happiness, health, wholeness, joy, unity, and for some of you, for a lot of you, with somebody else, this beautiful Two of Cups soulmate kind of connection. And it's all about building foundations to carry you through for quite some time to come. Your crowning card, general energy, is the Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles being governed by the element of earth, so Pentacles is a suit often about things in our earthly, tangible environment. When you think about the element of earth, it's about being grounded, rooted, practical, reassuring, a sense of stability, of continuity. This is about tangible things. And the Ten of Pentacles represents success, prosperity, and abundance. In a business and finance reading, it, of course, would represent that in dollars and cents, the success and health of a business, but more in a longevity sort of way. This is about something which already looks to be very prosperous and abundant, has a very good solid foundation, and it's going to be that you're going to be able to rest on for quite a long time to come. It is a 10, and 10s do, again, like that death card, represent the ends of cycles, the culmination of something, the coming full circle of something, and a foundation being built that's going to carry on for quite a long time. It could represent, and there's a strong sense of home and family around this too. This is not only a prosperous and abundant energy for you, but that it also affects your family or your loved ones or those in your closest sphere. And in a business reading, this could represent family money, family business, family estate, something which is initially successful, but will continue to be even more successful as time goes on and provide a foundation for not only you, but those closest to you as well. So what a beautiful, beautiful reading, Gemini. What a great place to find yourself around the middle of May 2016. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it has resonated for you and brought you, as I always do, some wisdom, clarity, insight, some food for thought. Go with the flow this month. It looks like you're being well cradled. Again, I hope it resonated for you. If it doesn't, sorry. Check your rising and your moon sign as well. And there's other great tarot card readers on YouTube too. Some months and some readings, just like the cards, readers you may not normally regularly watch may resonate for you more predictably. It's all about whether you get what you need at the end of the day. So thank you very much for watching, Gemini. And again, if those of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage. That will give you some more information. And you can also email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. And until I see you for the June 2016 general reading, as I always say, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks, Gemini. See you soon.